Okay, so in this video we'll be learning more about something called constant or const. This is something that I sort of failed to elaborate on earlier. Basically what a const variable does is, let me first show you the syntax of this thing. So you do const int, let's say, or rather we'll keep float pi. Let's set it equal to 3.14. okay, so now const means constant, which means that you will not be able to change the value of pi ever again. Basically const is just telling that don't try to change this value, you jerk. So yeah, that's one way of remembering it. But yeah, now what you can do is, first off, let me just echo out, or rather see out pi. Now the reason I keep saying echo out is because I even work with PHP, which has the function echo instead of see out. But yeah, once I build and run this, it will show me 3.14, which is the value of pi, just like I said. But if I was to try and change the value of pi to something like 21 or something, and I build and run that, it will give me an error because this is const. So that's one thing. The reason why you would want to use const is possibly to prevent any loopholes in your program, and also to prevent sort of users to change values if they use no byte errors. We'll be learning more about no byte errors in a further video, way further actually. But yeah, and one more thing that I want to real quickly tell about is using double quotes in your cout. Now for example, let's say you have a cout and you want to say your or rather let's say, just for now we'll just do something and add a single quote in here. This should build and run properly. Actually it just builds and runs that properly. Now what if you wanted to say he said, and then you do that and say hello. Okay, so if I wanted to say something like that, like he said hello, and if I was to build and run this, it would give me an error because the string ends right here. And in order to prevent that, what you simply need to do is put in the backslash, and it will skip that character. And if you build and run this, it will work properly. Now as you can see, it says he said hello. So yeah, that another thing that I wanted to show you was references. So let me show what references are actually. I'll just undo that till there. Okay, so now let's say I wanted, or rather I can just cut that out. I'll say I'll create two integers. I'll create a and b. First I'll set a equal to something like 2, and I'll set b equal to a. Okay, now if I see out b and save that, I'll build and run this, and you see that I'll get 2. But what if during my program run, if I was to change it somewhere, like if I was to set a equals 3, and if I build and run this, you'll see that I still get 2 because I'm setting b equal to a at this point. But when a changes to 3, I'm not changing the value of b. So in order to do that, we'll do something called a reference. References are actually pretty simple. All you do is you do and b. You'll have to remove this from here actually, and then say int and b. So and is the key above your 7, so press shift and press 7, and that should do it. And now if I build and run this, you'll see that you get a. So this is really effective in using aliases or fake names, or rather you could say nicknames, to your to the parts of your program like variables. And yeah, that's all for today. Don't forget to rate, comment and subscribe.